Welcome back to City Insider. Join us to find out the latest news about Manchester City in the past 24 hours. Please subscribe and turn on notifications to not miss daily news about the citizens. We'll start right now. Man City star arrested after nightclub altercation involving stolen mobile phone. Manchester City midfielder Matheus Nunes was reportedly arrested in a Madrid nightclub after an altercation with a man who allegedly took a photo of him without permission. Nunes joined Man City from Wolves for around £45 million last summer and has found playing time hard to come by. He did start in Tuesday's Champions League victory over Slovan Bratislava, but has been used sparingly by Pep Guardiola in the Premier League. It has been a difficult time for Nunes, who now reportedly has as many arrests as he does goals as a Man City player, according to a report from Spanish newspaper El Mundo. Nunes provided a statement at Arganzuela police station after an incident at La Riviera nightclub in Madrid last month. At 5:30 in the morning on September 8, Nunes was accused of stealing the mobile phone of a person who had allegedly taken a photo of him in the bathroom. He was taken to the police station to provide a statement over allegations of theft and hours later was released with charges pending trials. Nunes was spending time with friends in Madrid during the international break when the reported incident happened. He was not called up for Portugal's Nations League matches. The report says the police report states that the 26-year-old snatched the mobile phone of a 58-year-old man in the bathroom of the nightclub after a photo was taken without permission. Nunes played for Man City 6 days after the incident, coming off the bench against Brentford in the Premier League. Jeremy Doku did sensational thing in the Champions League. Jeremy Doku was one of the brightest players for Manchester City in their 4-0 win against Slovan Bratislava. Ali McCoist lauded Doku's latest showing in the Champions League, describing his quick feet as dynamite. Doku assisted Phil Foden's opening goal after driving at his defender and laying the ball off for his teammate to slot into the back of the net. The Manchester City speedster was deployed on the right flank, with Savigno playing on the left wing. It seems like Pep Guardiola felt Tuesday night's contest was the perfect opportunity to test the experiment he initially trialled out during City's 2-0 victory against Chelsea. It's safe to say that the experiment involving the £50,000 a week man worked to a T, as he was incredibly direct and a menace for the host's defence with his devastating dribbling. In the first half in particular, Doku was a class apart. The Belgian was splendid in 1v1 situations and he made intelligent runs out wide, allowing the likes of Ilkay Gundogan and Rico Lewis to pick him out in his space. The former Rennes winger was not being marked by two players, as has become customary in the Premier League. The 22-year-old's influence did dwindle away in the second half. However, the youngster has every reason to be proud of his performance. According to Opta Joe, Doku took 26 touches in the opposition box against Slovan Bratislava, the most ever taken by a player in a single Champions League game since the 2008-2009 season. Such a statistic well and truly highlights the Premier League champion's influence on proceedings. Doku will be hoping that after his impressive outing, he has done enough to convince Pep Guardiola to start him against Fulham. The Antwerp-born wideman was benched in Manchester City's 1-1 draw against Newcastle United. Whether it is on the right or the left wing, Doku has shown Guardiola this season that he remains a handy pick. James McAtee could leave in Jan. According to Give Me Sport, 21-year-old midfielder McAtee is weighing up his future with City despite scoring his first goal for the Manchester Giants last night in Slovakia, with the midfielder eager to play more minutes. As per the report, City rejected bids worth £30 million for the England youth international in the summer after McAtee returned from a 2-year loan spell with Sheffield United, one that saw the youngster win promotion to the Premier League before going straight back down with the Blades. With McAtee hardly playing for City this season, there's a real chance that the academy graduate could depart Guardiola's side if the Catalan coach remains stern on giving the midfielder as many minutes as possible. Yet with Rodri now out injured, there's a chance that McAtee could now see his playing time increase by some margin with a key midfielder no longer available for City for the remainder of the season. McAtee has, predictably, struggled to play regular minutes for City this season, with the youngster still some way off the quality of Guardiola's current options in midfield even with Rodri out injured. Yet with the Spaniard not available for the season, McAtee could see more minutes come his way if he continues to deliver with his few precious chances, with the midfielder catching the eye last night in Slovakia. As a result, McAtee shouldn't be too hasty in making a decision on his future just yet, with more minutes potentially around the corner if Guardiola liked what he saw from the youngster in Bratislava in the Champions League. Player says Pep Guardiola really wanted him, begged with tears for transfer to Manchester City. Sergio Gomez left Manchester City and completed a move to Real Sociedad in the summer window. The left-back arrived at Manchester City from Anderlecht in 2022, a year after joining the Jupiler Pro League side. On Thursday, La Real will take on Anderlecht in the Europa League. Gazette van Antwerpen had a chat with the 24-year-old about his time in Belgium and moved to Manchester City. The left-back starred at Anderlecht, managing 7 goals and 15 assists from 50 games in all competitions. This convinced Pep Guardiola and his side to secure his services. Anderlecht were initially reluctant to let the Spaniard leave. The newspaper states he was begging with CEO Peter Verbeeker, almost with tears in his eyes, to sanction a move to the Etihad. Responding to that, he said, "That's true. Logical, right? As a young, ambitious footballer, you want to play in the Premier League." And it wasn't mid-range, was it? It was champion Manchester City who also played in the Champions League, the best team in the world, for a very nice transfer fee. I know that Peter really made an effort to let me go. I will never forget that. The fullback's sale to Manchester City saw Anderlecht block Francis Amuzu's move to OGC Nice for €9 million. Gomez states he hasn't yet apologized to his former teammate. Gomez is represented by Guardiola's brother, Per. The newspaper asked if he ended up at Manchester City on sporting merits or because of his agent. "I know that coach Pep Guardiola really wanted me in his core at the time. It's hard to say how he discovered me. Possibly his brother said to him, 'Look at that guy who plays well with Vincent Kompany in Belgium,' but I still had to convince him," Gomez explained. The defender won the treble in his first season with the Citizens. He played 38 matches during his 2-year spell at Manchester City. And that's the final content of today's video. Like, subscribe to support City Insider.